For months, Ukraine's long-range drone strikes have hammered Russia's oil refineries, taking nearly 40% of refining capacity offline and triggering gasoline shortages across the country. But now, something even more dangerous has entered the war: the Flamingo missile. The Flamingo missile has become the killer of Russia's refineries, a long-range heavy warhead weapon striking deep into the country's fuel network and worsening its gasoline crisis. Hints first came from President Volodymyr Zelensky, who suggested that some of Ukraine's latest deep strikes weren't done with drones at all. Soon after, reports from The Economist and Kyiv Post confirmed it. Ukraine had developed and deployed a new homegrown cruise missile with unprecedented range and power. The Flamingo FP5 can fly over 3,000 kilometers, almost twice the range of the U.S. Tomahawk. In these images, you can see the comparison for yourself. And carries a 1,150-kilogram warhead, more than a ton of explosive power. Flying just 50 meters above the ground, it hugs the terrain, avoiding radar detection until it's too late. Unlike imported missiles like ATAK-EMS or Storm Shadow, Flamingo is Ukrainian-made. Built from repurposed Soviet turbofan engines and a carbon fiber fuselage that takes only 6 hours to produce. Despite its gentle name, inspired by an early batch that came out pink, this weapon is pure destruction. The Flamingo combines extreme range, a massive warhead, and low-altitude flight, built to penetrate defenses and strike Russia's oil refineries, crippling fuel production and logistics. In late August, Ukraine reportedly carried out its first Flamingo strike, a triple launch from the coast aimed at Crimea, hitting an FSB outpost and Russian patrol boats. Satellite images after the attack showed entire buildings obliterated, with blast patterns far stronger than those of any Neptune or drone strike. Kyiv has kept silent about the details, no confirmations, no photos, but Zelensky's remarks spoke volumes. People can understand from the fragments on social media where drones are being used and where they are not. That statement, combined with reports of strikes hundreds of kilometers inside Russia, strongly suggests the Flamingo is active and working. Experts believe the missile's destructive force is enormous. A warhead of that size can flatten buildings within 35 meters, leaving everything uninhabitable over 100 meters away. Shorter flight distances mean even greater impact. Former CIA Director David Petraeus praised the innovation, saying, "It's typical Ukrainian ingenuity, taking old Soviet bombs, adding a jet engine and guidance system. If produced in numbers, it could be a game changer." Production is already accelerating. Firepoint, the manufacturer, produced 1 missile per day early in 2025. But by October, it aimed for 7 per day, over 2,500 missiles per year, at roughly $1.27 billion total cost. President Zelensky said Ukraine's defense industry could reach $35 billion in output by 2026. With Western support. Export platforms are being prepared in Europe, the US, and the Middle East, allowing Ukraine to sell its weapons and reinvest the profits. Russia, fully aware of the threat, tried to strike back. In early September, it launched one of its largest missile and drone attacks of the war, hitting the Kalush Industrial Park, believed to house a Flamingo production site. Buildings burned, but the program survived, proof of how much Moscow fears this missile. The Flamingo may not yet match the precision of Western weapons, but its purpose is different: affordable mass. Dozens of low-flying cruise missiles launched at once could overwhelm Russian air defenses and cripple its energy infrastructure, command centers, or naval bases. Western analysts say this shift from rare, expensive precision to mass, cost-efficient firepower could reshape modern warfare. The Flamingo embodies that change. With a range that puts Moscow, St. Petersburg, and every major Russian refinery within reach, Ukraine has achieved something remarkable: an independent, long-range strike capability. And as Zelensky hinted, only 60% of Ukraine's deep strikes are carried out by drones. The rest, likely Flamingos. Each new explosion deep inside Russia could now mean one thing: the Flamingo is flying. And when it flies, Russia burns. Ukraine's war effort has become a symbol of creativity under fire. From garage workshops to hidden bunkers, engineers and volunteers keep designing new drones and smart weapons, fast, cheap, and deadly. Every week, Ukraine's drone fleet grows more advanced, striking deeper, flying farther, and adapting faster than Russia can react. This isn't just about machines, it's about a nation that refuses to surrender, turning innovation into survival and survival into strength. The future of this war may not be decided by numbers, but by ingenuity. And right now, Ukraine is rewriting the rules of modern warfare. One drone, one missile, one breakthrough at a time.